All right, looks like we are live. Hey everyone, my name is Alex. I am the founder of Digital Jungle. I have with me today, this is Miguel, who is very, very skilled at not only being a great entrepreneur, but also with building funnels, helping others, helping them scale and grow their business. So really happy to have you on. Wanted to dive a little bit into your story. What got you into doing, into your successes, as well as what you're up to today, how you're helping others. I think there's actually a lot of key points that I think could help a lot of people, whether they're starting a business or whether they already have a business and they're just looking to get to the next level. So yeah, thank you so much for being on, man. Appreciate
man.
it.
Happy to be here. I love the setup. This is
we're on the rooftop here.
Yeah,
in
it's beautiful. It's beautiful
Yeah.
the place, and this is the things that I like the most, right? Connecting with entrepreneurs with this drive to do these interviews, these things. I think it all comes to we will go into the story.
Sure.
But
yeah.
I think the value that helped me the most is generosity. Just giving, and then connecting with people who are also givers. So instead of trying to do everything on my own, it's just a matter of teaming up. I deeply believe that team is the key. And I use team as an acronym. Team stands for together, everyone achieves more. Together,
that.
everyone achieves more. Team, right?
Yeah.
So for me, this is the key. It's not about how can I do it, it's who can do that. Who, not how.
I like that.
And when you build these systems around people all rowing in the same direction, everything scales super quickly.
I love that, man. So would you say there's any particular thing were you always in that mindset, or was there anything that kind of switched you into that way of thinking in terms of, hey, let's work as a team, let's find different people to collaborate with?
I was a solopreneur for so many years.
So how did you start? What got you started?
Man, I started with nothing.
Yeah.
The stories. I was broke, and I was almost going to get broke. I had 1K in savings. Because I was finishing my nutrition degree at University of Barcelona. I'm from there, and I studied nutrition. This food stuff, healthy habits, etc. for 4 years, and they taught me how to help people lose weight, how to live healthier life. But I didn't know anything about selling. I didn't know how to sell my services, my products. So I found out myself selling my services. It was crazy. Now when I'm counting it, it's like, oh my god, I feel a bit embarrassed to tell this, but this is the beginnings. I had my sessions at 25 euros, like 25-ish dollars per hour, and I was having 24/7 WhatsApp support with people. So I was charging nothing.
Gosh.
Like for the time I was spending during the WhatsApp calls and the WhatsApp follow-up, everything, it was like $10 an hour that I was charging, and I felt afraid of charging more. I thought, wow, if I'm charging like 15 an hour or 20 an hour or 30 an hour, people is not gonna pay me. So I had all these limiting beliefs around money, and I was, my bank statement, like I was checking my bank, and I could tell that I had these limiting money beliefs on my head.
Like there has to be something more. There has to be another.
I didn't have any savings.
More.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't have any savings, and I was like, there must be a way to turn this around. How come these people are so successful? These entrepreneurs that I'm following, Gary Vee, Anthony Robbins, and Vishen Lakhiani, and all these big entrepreneurs, Steve Jobs, that I really love his job. It's like, wow, how are they doing it? How do they think? And I started like, if I can get into their mindset, then I can start living this kind of life. So what I did is search the internet. I was trying to say, okay, how can I not get paid by my time, but for the solutions I'm providing, the problems that I'm solving? So it's like there must be a way to scale, to create systems, to create something that it not depends on me, but the system creates the environment for growth. And plop, a Facebook ad appeared. How can you stop getting paid for your time and scale your business automatically in a passive way with these 5 steps? This was the ad, and a guy from Canary Islands that was putting this ad, and was like, and it said free webinar. I was like,
of course,
wow,
it's always the free webinar.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this sounds
Perfect.
awesome. For my money, it was like, fuck, like stop getting paid by my time. It's like amazing, creating courses, programs. So I clicked the ad and I registered for the webinar, and it changed my life. A mentor changed my life.
That's awesome, man.
One person, and from there it got crazy, because after the webinar, of course, there was an offer, and I had 1K in savings in my bank. And guess what? How much was the price of the mentorship?
Guess
1K.
1K. Yep.
Yeah. So I put all the money in a bank account of a guy in the Canary Islands, hoping that he would help me. And I didn't have any money, so I had to take a job selling running shoes to pay the next month rent. So I got a normal job to get some income and working on this online course building, list building, creating online courses, programs, etc. with him. And wow, I was a bit afraid when I took the decision to enroll, because like, fuck, if he doesn't deliver what he promises, if this doesn't work, if I'm not able to make it work, all this crazy shit that goes around when you click and you want to enroll in something, these insecurities. But I said, man, I will make it work. I will make it work. It's not about him, it's about me. If I make it work, it will be successful.
So a quick question based off of that. So, I feel like there's a lot of entrepreneurs that, when they're starting out, it's like, how do I take that first leap? How do I take that first step?
Yeah.
And how do I know that this is something that is a risk worth taking? I mean, you know how it is now. I mean, it's not like back then. I mean, now it's like, everyone has their ads with, free webinar and everything. So like what would you recommend to someone who maybe has their back against the wall, or maybe they're working a full-time job and they want to take that leap, and they're trying to decide, like, where do I put my time, where do I put my money
100%
to where it's gonna count? Or I don't know if you have any recommendations.
100%. First of all, for me, if you have some income, you have like your main job, something that provides you money every month, I would stay there. Is actually what I did, just in reverse. First I got into the mentorship and then I got the job. But definitely when you have the peace of mind that at least, look, I'm working 8 hours, it's not my perfect life, but at least I'm having some steady income coming every month consistently, then you can take more risks. So I wouldn't do that if you are that broke. I would just wait to have a bit more of money, so you know that your food, your shelter is not going to be, in danger. If you are taking the leap. So of course, some of the risks I've taken most of the risks that I've taken are not 100% how I plan them. So you have to have this room, this plan B.
Like a calculated risk, not just like kind of just 100%. Putting yourself on the streets.
But let me add something. If you have no plan B and you know that this has to work 100% for sure, and you burn all ships, like you put all the money you have in some place and you're really committed, then you have a power, you have a boost, that if you are safe and comfortable and everything is fine, you don't take that risk. Or you don't put as much effort to make it work. Because again, as I said, it's not about the mentor, it's about me. It's about the person taking the leap. Because sometimes entrepreneurs are like, oh, the calculated risk, and to say, how should I know if I should take it or not? How committed are you? This is the question I would ask. Are you thinking this will work? Or you're questioning yourself, how am I gonna make this work? This is the mental shift that I do on my head every time I'm taking a risk.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's something that actually really hits home for myself, because, I was in the position where I was working and I was in a very comfortable job. And it was really hard it was like I was still, working at nights, and I was still working towards, starting and growing my business. But me as a person, I know that I get comfortable, and it was necessary for me to put myself 100% into what I was doing. Otherwise, I would still have that mentality. And I think taking that assessment of yourself and really being honest with yourself.
Exactly.
I think that's
self-awareness.
Just having that self-awareness.
How committed am I? Period.
Because one person, they might be super committed. Some other person maybe not.
Because I don't know if it happened to you, Alex, that you buy a course and you never open it.
I mean, I would open it.
You download something, a guide or a PDF, and you don't even read it.
Yeah, I mean, either that, or I would just, kind of skim over it, and I wouldn't take action on it.
Exactly, and don't apply anything. Knowledge without action, it's nothing. It's just knowledge, ideas. Everybody's like, I hear, entrepreneurs, we are like creative visionaries, like we want to create our freedom. I know that, and we are like, oh, I have an idea. It's gonna be a super idea. It's gonna, awesome. Like if you don't put action, the idea in itself doesn't have any value. Some people are like, oh, I have an idea. If they copy me, if they do the same that I'm doing, it's like, I'm not afraid of somebody copying my ideas. I'm not afraid of sharing all my systems.
So much opportunity.
That's actually what I'm doing with my students, the members of the community, the Extraordinaries community. I'm sharing systems. I'm sharing value, things that I'm applying, that I want them to apply, to improve, and then talk back. And maybe I get something from them, and I give back, and we create this cycle. Again, together, everyone achieves more. And for me, this is the secret formula, thinking about how can I surround myself with people that are already doing something that I want to achieve. But this is how I choose a mentor. It's like, okay, this mentor is here. I want to get here. Yes, I like him, the way he talks, the way he expresses, he teaches. Yes. Would I go with him like on a dinner? Would I go on vacations with him? Would I? If the answer is no, I just want him just
like
for the
almost,
value.
almost like that personal connection.
Man, go. Just
Yeah,
another
yeah.
one. There are millions of mentors out there. Just connect with the ones that you feel you would go on vacations with. Because actually that is what I'm looking as well. You know that quote that says, what you seek is seeking you? The Rumi quote, what you seek is seeking you. So that person wants a mentor that it's there, that wants to help, that wants to provide, that wants to solve answers. But for that to happen, to go the extra mile, both of us, we need to have some connection, emotional connection, farther than just the knowledge, the pure knowledge of the course or the program or whatever, right? So that's also what I'm seeking. I want people, the perfect members of the Extraordinaries community are people like you and I, people like we are committed, people who are generous, people who are, look, let's do an interview, boom, let's make it happen, pam, 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 you know?
Yeah, and I think kind of the root of what you're saying is so important.
Yeah.
And you did say it before, and I'm going to repeat it right now. And that is, all knowledge is useless until you actually put in that action and you actually form those collaborations, you put in a plan and you actually follow it step by step. And you don't have to be in this alone. I mean, there's this big stigma in entrepreneurship that you have to like be, have to be like Jeff Bezos, in a garage, working, 11 hours, and not everyone can be, Jeff Bezos,
Exactly.
and have that work ethic. But we're in the information age. There's systems, there's automations, there's people that you can delegate things to, hire people from different countries. You can collaborate with other people
Exactly.
to grow your business. And I think there's really no secrets here. I mean, it's really just finding like, hey, what is it that you have that I can benefit from, and vice versa. What are these win-win situations?
Yeah, 100%. Look, I want, with the Extraordinaries community, I want to guide 10,000 digital nomads. How come am I gonna serve 10,000 digital nomads? It's impossible. On my own, it's impossible. It's gotta be a team, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like impossible. If your dream is achievable by you yourself, nobody else, man, I believe you are not dreaming big enough.
Yeah.
You can do bigger things. 100%.
Yeah. What is that saying? It's like go far, or go alone. Go fast. Go fast.
And if you want to go far, go together.
Go together. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And actually, I'm
I don't know who said that, but
yeah, I like this quote because I like to change it.
Yeah.
Look, because if you want to go far, like really far, of course you need to go together. But let's talk about the fast thing. Are you going faster if you have to work 12 hours per day with the mentality and all the objections, your ego trying to stop you from doing some things, or you go faster with the whole team rowing on the same direction? How do you? Because I mean, if you want to go fast, go alone. I don't truly believe that. I think that to go fast, go together, and to go far, go together.
Yeah.
Because when we are together, we are stronger, we are faster, and we can go farther. I could see that in different projects I work with, and right now with the Extraordinaries community, it's growing super fast. Like we are growing more in 1 month right now than what I was doing in 14 months before. Like I achieved some goals that took me 14 months when I started because I was doing everything alone. And now with the team, with the collaboration with different people, we are doing it in 1 month. And in 2 months, you will see where we are.
Well, I mean, I can totally relate, man, because our group, obviously we have the Tulum location, but Hilda, who I'm partnered with, Andromeda Events, she has locations all over the world, and they've been growing insanely rapidly. So now we're working on some structure, some things to add value.
Boom.
But it's like I would never be able to put these events together. Like I'll be honest, I suck so bad at putting events together. I'm pretty disorganized. Yeah. I like hosting. I like forming connections. I like building things. But I know my weaknesses, and she and her husband, I mean, they've done an amazing job. And it's like, and it's amazing because it's like I set out this vision beforehand. I was like, I want to do these events and everything. And then, after talking to people, the right opportunity comes along. And I think that's an important note. And I don't know what you would say to that, but just, try to not get so bogged down with, like, oh, this is such a crazy goal and, trying to figure it out, but just kind of put yourself in the right situations, take action on a consistent basis, and surround yourself with people that are, like-minded.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've met some people, amazing people down here, as have I.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. And look, I truly believe that the person who's going to hit that goal is not going to be the same person you are right now.
Mhm.
Like Miquel, when we are serving 10,000 digital nomads and we are bringing people free from, working on the same place, they can travel the world and they can make as much money as they want for contributing, for themselves, for the trip expenses, everything. The Miguel that is going to serve 10,000 digital nomads, it's not the same that I'm today. It's impossible. I have to become a new identity. I have to become a new me,
Mm.
you know? So I believe that all the entrepreneurs, it's the same. You just have to know that you will change all the time and you need to change. You cannot stay the same to achieve these goals. And the people you will connect with is like, oh, how come I connect with, for example, people is like, oh, you have the best Facebook ad expert in your team. Oh, you have the best branding expert on your team. How come you contacted them?
Hmm.
Look, because we are providing value. And if you want these people on your team, you have to raise your standards so that you match frequencies.
Mm.
So it's like you want better people on your team, you want to have more people joining your vision, raise your standards, invest in yourself.
Yeah,
And then more people on these different levels, different frequencies will join you.
it's true.
I'm not, for example, if now I'm talking to Jeff Bezos, maybe he's not interested in a partnership together because we are vibrating on different frequencies.
Mm.
So if I want to get to that point and talk with these entrepreneurs, the best thing is to surround yourself with people in that position, with a program or a community or whatever, but start to take action and partner with people in different levels. And as you go up, you will match other frequencies. So this is what happened to me, because we left the story with what happened with the mentor, right? What happened? It worked, it didn't work. Well, I made it work, and in 2 months I multiplied by 4 the investment of the mentor, and in 4 months I multiplied by 8 the investment of 1K with the mentor, and in 6 months he forced me. It's like, man, you're ready to launch, and I was like, no, I don't know. You will launch your first program. I remember I was afraid that selling more than 25. He said you will sell at 500. Your first program, high premium program, at 500, and I was like, man, I cannot do that. Like, this is too much. Nobody's gonna pay. I will fail.
Yeah.
And he was like, you will do it. And the goal is 20 people.
Yeah.
20 people in your program, 500. And I was like, man, that's 10,000 in 5 days. And I launched the first day in the first webinar, 11 people entered. Then with the email sequence, 17 people entered. Then we closed the 5 days, and it was like, fuck, just 17. I didn't get to the goal, but it was super good. 17. Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And I was like, no, man, I said 20. It's like, I will make it work. And again, this mentality of how can I make it possible?
Yeah.
Allowed me to talk with 2 more people one-on-one and be like, hey, look, I have this program, this, that. Boom, 2 more days, 19 people. And I was like, man, 19. It was close.
One more.
And can you believe this happened on Saturday? 19 people joined on Saturday. I perfectly remember this. I took a train to Madrid to go in entrepreneurs meeting on digital marketing. And I was there with such good energy. Again, community members. I was feeling so inspired. And Tuesday, a person contacts me as like, Miquel, I just saw an email. Sorry, I was so busy. I lost the opportunity. Can I enter? And it's like, okay, I will talk with the other people that involved with the limit that I said. If they are okay with you joining like a few days later, you are in. And I talked with them. They're yeah, come on, let's join it up. Boom. Tuesday,
awesome.
20 people in the program. And
Wow.
I made my first $10,000 in 5 days with a lunch, So this was just 6 months after investing and overcoming that fear of, this will work or not. Look, I more than recovered the investment and learned so much valuable stuff that I'm still using today. The system that he told me 3 years ago, I'm still using it right now. And I'm here 3 years ago. It's not that crazy. I mean, you can achieve amazing results thanks to the internet super quickly, but you have to put the work.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm going to make money online super easy. No,
yeah, like 30 days,
Hard work to create and hard work to maintain.
Yeah.
And hard work to scale, because the scaling is the most difficult part. If you are alone, I believe that for me to scale fast, I needed all the time mentors, because after this mentor, I hired another mentor. And this mentor helped me create a launch that made 25,000 in 5 days. And then another mentor that helped me with closing high-ticket sales. So I had premium clients that were paying a lot, and I could put more cash flow to the business, so we can then scale. So I had these two business models: the one-on-one, more expensive one, premium one, and the other one serving a lot of more people with a cheaper price but more volume. So I could create different pillars of income, and this brought me consistency. I had money coming in every month, and then spikes of launches, doing this amount of money every 3 months.
Yeah, one key point to
Yeah.
what you're saying. So I think what's really important, and this is something I've actually learned myself, and it's like you can go the route of just trying it alone, making a lot of mistakes, and figuring it out, which you are still going to get there if you put in the work and you're consistent. And,
100%.
And you keep learning from failure. But there's so many people out there that are just killing it. Like, I mean, you could think that you're good at sales, but you'll just find someone else, who's just 10 times better than you.
Oof,
and
agree.
Even if you have to put the money into it, I mean, just do it. Just give them the money. Let them help you. Let them teach you what took them years to learn how to do.
Again, it's about self-awareness.
Yeah.
How bad I want it. If I want it now or if I want it in 10 years.
Yeah.
And with what path? With burnout, of trying 10 years, burnout, feeling breakdowns, like, oh fuck, I didn't accomplish it, and you have this emotional roller coaster. We live the entrepreneurs, right? There are ups and then downs, and I'm the boss. I did 25,000 in 5 days, and then it's like, oh, I don't have any sales this month, and what happened? So we are going this roller coaster, and I truly believe in what you say.
Yeah.
Surrounding yourself with people who can provide you. I don't know. I mean, if somebody made mistakes for 10 years, how valuable is that to not learn from your mistakes? There's a quote that I really love. Stupid people don't learn from mistakes. Intelligent people are the ones who learn from their mistakes. But the really extraordinary, the wise people are the ones who learn from mistakes from others.
Yep, it's true.
That's why we buy books. If somebody wrote a book of 10 years of experience, sharing with you what this person learned, man, this book should be worth like 10,000. 100,000, and you can buy it for $15 or $20. The same with mentorship.
Yeah.
If you can have this access to information, it's time. I mean, you can buy more. You can have more money, but you cannot buy more time.
True.
So the thing is, how you want it. You want it now on your 25s, on your 30s. You want it when you are 35, or you want it when you are 50. It's okay. Maybe you want it when you're 50. Okay, I will enjoy my 100K per year business when I'm 50. Okay, I prefer it when I'm 24.
Yeah.
I want to get to 10,000 digital nomads, community, all together, like improving all the time and being like super collaborative and generous between each other. I want it in 3 years. I don't want it when I'm 60.
Yeah, the way that I mean, we're pretty much the same age, and the way that I look at, I don't know if this is kind of your mentality, but is kind of, you want to build that foundation, those skills, that knowledge up front, because that's just going to compound so much, through time.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just going to keep getting these different opportunities. You're just going to keep growing. Even if you do have to, maybe a business doesn't work out, even if you have to like pivot it, it's like, hey, you still learn those lessons. As long as you still like maintain those relationships, you still learn those lessons, you still have that knowledge.
Yeah.
And I think the mentor thing is very, I would say very like underrated.
Yeah.
And me personally, like when I started out, I was like, I don't need a mentor, I don't need a coach.
Yeah.
And
I can learn it on YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, and you get what you pay for. I'll be honest. I mean, there is, and it is kind of crazy right now, because I don't know if you have any advice for this, kind of, separating the gurus from, the people actually doing what they're saying they're doing. But I think, once you find the right one, that is something that's just going to save you years, at least months, but even years of time, learning those hard lessons.
Thousands of
pain.
dollars.
Yeah, thousands of dollars,
And
pain
time.
and suffering, like, crying. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, fuck, crying. Yeah, say yes, say yes.
Yeah, no shame.
Yeah, I cried a lot, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I cried a lot with my businesses.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, but you gotta be mentally tough for it, and it does change you as a person.
Yeah,
I think getting rejected and going through all those lessons.
Yeah. That's true. And regarding this mentor thing, how do I choose the mentor? As I said before, somebody who could really work with that person and feel like I'm confident with them. And I believe that actually the course is the less valuable thing. The mentor, it's valuable, but what I think it's also even more valuable than the mentor, it's the peer group, the community. Because the mentor, you have some question, and maybe the mentor, if he has a lot of clients, he will not respond like directly to you. But if you have a group of people that everybody learn from the same mentor, from the same system, you have access to people who's going to help you more and spend more hours with you. and has the same knowledge. Because if the mentor or the program or the community are building up and like this t-shirt, if I'm doing like this and somebody's raising their standards, look what happens to the surroundings.
Yeah.
Everybody goes up, and then another member does like this, another member like this, and if everybody's
It's
raising
inspiring.
the
It's motivating to see other people.
so it's
be
not
successful.
about it's not about the mentor. What I saw, for example, the different mentors that I had when I worked with the first one, it was one-on-one. I didn't have any contact with any other student of the same method. Zero. Just the mentor. It told me, yes, look, I shared the results with you. But when I connected with another tribe, with mentor, but with all more people like me, like launching, young, like energetic, trying to change the world and to have a brilliant impact, worrying about the impact I'm gonna have and the money's gonna come, but focusing on impact, man, we built collaborations, we started building teams, and with a mentor, it's difficult to build a team or a partnership. You can do it, of course, but you have to prove yourself. But with other team members, you can start collaborating much easier, and you can scale everything faster.
Yeah.
So if the mentor has a community to team up with, I would pay like 10 times more.
Yeah. I almost feel like you're almost hitting on masterminds a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I've only gone to about 2 of them.
Yeah.
But it's so much different, like when you're messaging people online as opposed to like actually talking to people that are just absolutely killing it in business.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's like it just becomes a part of your reality. It's like you're talking to someone and you can ask questions with them. And like it's like even like 5 minutes of talking to someone like that, it's like it can just save you so much time and like just elevate you to a whole nother level.
Yes.
And you yourself, I think, become more motivated and more like aligned with
and I want to add another layer, if you allow me. Another layer would be not just the what will I get from this person or from this relationship that I'm having on the mastermind, but how am I feeling when this moment is happening? I mean, it's not just about money and how much you scale your business, but how happy you feel when you are sharing this with other entrepreneurs that are on the same page as you. For me, when you reach a certain point of money, it's more about connections.
Yeah.
For me, masterminds, it's like, wow, how much I can connect with other people like-minded, how much fun I'm having, how much purpose I'm feeling when I'm interacting with them, as opposed to just, how much can I take from them? It's about how much can I give.
Yeah.
Okay, and how many connections can I build on the same page, and cool things happen. Then I went here to Mexico, and we were in a resort, like everything paid, like all covered resort, and it was an amazing moment, sharing all these with entrepreneurs. And it was not about how much money I made after this weekend. It was the experience in itself. It's the thing that I remember the most. I truly believe that relationships are the source of the worst memories of your life and the best memories of your life.
That's absolutely true.
So
Yeah.
It's not just seeking money.
Yeah.
Build relationships, enter a mastermind, join a community, and you will feel happier instantly.
Yeah.
This is what I believe.
No, absolutely. So what would you say right now? I mean, obviously we're in a crazy time with COVID, and obviously Mexico doesn't care, but but we're at a crazy time with people being inside and everything. So what would you say to those people that are either they're looking at starting a business or they're already starting one? They want to join a community.
Yeah.
They want to form those types of relationships.
Yeah.
And how would they kind of go about finding the right community that's going to elevate them? And
first of all, no rush. Like, check a lot of them. I mean, when I was selling running shoes, one of the things that people said, how I know the best running shoe for me is like, look, I will give you 10 or 20. Like, ask me 20. I don't care. I'm here for you. I want to serve you the best. So you go home with the peace of mind. I've tried all the shoes and I'm getting the best one. So as I would say, join a lot of communities, follow a lot of leaders, a lot of mentors, and just feel the vibe. It's like, you don't have to decide after choosing, or like after seeing 2. You can choose 20 and then decide. It's like, and you will see which one resonates more with you, like in a value level, emotional level, and the rest. You will know it. I mean, I think it's something you put your hands here and it's like, I feel it, I know it. If you feel like some kind of bullshit, I think humans, after evolution, we have a bullshit detector installed.
Yeah.
That when you see somebody like scratching, yes, you will be here and I will help you make a lot of money. It's
Come on, make money online. It'll take 5 minutes, I promise.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, I promise you, I made $5 million in 5 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes to show you my
webinar.
My trick. I promise.
No. So yes, just follow.
Yeah.
And I think that these bullshit mentors or gurus or whatever, um, they will fall for the same way. You
No,
know,
absolutely.
like after you can sustain a fake something for a period of time, but after some time, it's like
It's going to catch up, and people are going to know, like, hey, this is, this is BS. Because I think,
Exactly.
and I like what you said. You have to switch almost that consuming mentality to a giving mentality. And
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that, at least in my country, people are kind of brought up to consuming things as opposed to providing
Yeah.
value and having that. And for me, like, I don't know, if you've always had this mentality, if you had a certain shift, a certain turning point.
Yeah.
But being able to just find opportunity and just being
Yeah.
able
I
to
really have a good
focus
story
on
for that.
focus on the impact, like you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a story for that I want to
Yeah.
share with you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a story of where I'm
Go for
right
it.
now. Look, I'm part of a team that we are launching big now. It's a team that is a franchise of a product launch formula. Maybe somebody know it here. Jeff Walker, the 4 videos training and then an offer at the end. It's a marketing system that allows you to launch big, like Apple or Hollywood, but do it for small businesses. You build anticipation, you create an event with a start date, finish date, and it works really, really well because presses 17 different mental triggers that humans we have in psychology that I was sharing with you guys on the other day's masterclass, some of them. They press authority and scarcity and familiarity, a lot of social proof, a lot of mental triggers. So our launches that people in 29 days, that's the whole launch, they go from building up anticipation and then wanting to sell, right? To buy from you. And I'm now part of this team that we are doing these launches, and we enrolled 1,259 students in
Wow.
5 days.
Wow.
1,259 students in 5 days, and it was 2.9 million in 5 days. How I got part of this team? By giving. How I approached the CEO of this team when they were creating all this launch and everything, I was like, man, I love this launch that you are creating. I know that your product works because I knew product launch formula from the American community, and they are now building it. We are part of the team in Spanish, Spanish speaking countries. And I was like, man, I want to help you. I'm going to do something. And this is something you can do if you want to work with somebody. Works like a charm. You go there and I sent an audio and I said, look, Luis Carlos, the name of this guy, the CEO, I will work for you 90 days for free. 90 days. And everything that you want to ask me, anything is going to be too much or too low. I mean, you can ask me of the most simple thing in the world that is like, I'm not feeling embarrassed of asking you this, or you can ask me the most hard, difficult challenge you can even think of. I will work my ass off to make everything possible. I will find a way, I will find a solution, and I will do this for you 90 days for free. I don't want any money from you. Look, I don't want any money from you. I just want knowledge and connections. Knowledge, information, and relationships, connections. Anything else. At the end of this 90-day period, of course, I need to eat. I want to scale. I want to put money on other businesses, and I will ask you to find a good condition, a win-win for both of us. But if at the end of the 90 days you say, Miquel, like, no, you didn't over-deliver like 10x when I expected from you, we are friends, and I will be super happy to have partnered with you and help you build this business up. The answer is that, wow, first answer. Number two, it was like,
what do you want?
Wow. And
That's
then
a
number
catch.
three, it was, yeah. And number three is like, yes, you are in, because I told him there's no catch.
Yeah.
I don't want your money. Like, and I was completely serious in that.
Yeah.
I just want connections and knowledge. That's it. And he was like, yeah, you're part of the team. And I was part of the team. I helped with social media, with communication, with the approach and strategy and communication on social media. And he was like, after the launch, it was like 20 days afterwards, or like 30 days, not even 2 months, like less than 2 months. And he said, man, I know you said 90 days, but I want you to be part of the team. I want to give you this role on the team. Now you're going to be the director of one of our programs. And I love your work. I love your enthusiasm. I love your energy. And boom, I involved in the team. Then I was part of this big launch. I learned, you can't imagine how much I learned from a 2.9 million launch.
It's insane.
And then we are doing virtual events, and we are doing a lot of things with this company. And all this knowledge, I'm learning from it. I'm testing it on my community, and then I'm giving them back. When I'm learning, when I'm testing it on the extraordinaries community, I'm applying all these systems. So definitely, if somebody wants to scale to 100,000, to 1 million, or to 5 millions, they can learn systems that are going to be valuable for them in the We Are Extraordinaries community that I'm building. So then when I get this feedback, I'm putting it back to Fórmula de Lanzamiento. So they can improve. I mean, we as a team can improve the system on this franchise. And then It's all a feedback loop of giving, learning in both businesses
Mm.
at the same time, and like communicating biases, communicating lines there.
Wow.
So
Wow. Really powerful.
yeah, and again, tapping into what you said, generosity, giving. Instead of consuming, how can I produce value for you? And look, these collaborations appear.
Amazing. Amazing. And it is good. It's good that you had that open mind. It's like, hey, like once you figure out like the system or how this works, it's like, hey, I can apply this to this and I can add value this way,
Yeah.
and it doesn't always have to be money. It can be, some type of skill and knowledge. And sometimes that could even be more powerful and impactful than, just paying, or
Yeah.
something, as you were able to see pretty early on
Yeah,
in that
exactly.
engagement.
And right now,
Yeah.
just being part of like directing a program that people is paying $12,000 to be enrolled in is like, wow, I'm getting all this knowledge, so I don't have to make $12,000 to put it in the program, because I'm basically one of the directors of this program, so I'm also actually building it. So I get to have this access. I have access to a mastermind that we have with people like multiple 6 figures, 7 figures, and even we have a guy that is making 9 figures.
Wow.
So he won one of these big click funnels with Russell Branson, these 4 discs.
He's probably like
making
his-
100 million.
It's got to be his homeboy at this point.
So right now, having contact with this kind of people in this mastermind that we are at is like,
Yeah.
this is priceless. I mean, having access to somebody who is making 100 million, like, how can you pay that?
Yeah.
So again, it's what you say. It's not about money. It's about giving to the community, providing value, and then you will get more. I mean, I couldn't even imagine I would get all this value, and I'm super thankful for them giving me the opportunity, and I also provide a lot to them so we can keep finding win-win situation.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine that I would get all this, and if I had to pay for all this stuff, maybe I would have to make 100K more a year to be able to have access to everything that I have access just for being part of this team.
Yeah. Connections are so key. I mean, let's say I think one thing that maybe people can implement is, let's say they meet someone that they want to be part of their community. They're just at that next level that
Yeah.
they want to reach, whether it's the people they're associated with or the skill sets that they have. Maybe what are like 1 or 2 questions that they can ask to figure out, like, hey, is this someone that I can add value, or what is how do I add value to them?
Look, quality is not about what can you do, like the skills you have. The skills is about the attitude, I would say. So I would ask, okay, to partner with somebody. That's your question, no? To partner,
Yeah,
to
either
be
partner or just to give in some way.
Yeah.
Whether that is a partnership or maybe something else.
Yeah, I would focus on generosity. Like, if you are giving to somebody in a generous way, we all want to make sure that this person is also generosity. So you are aligned in generosity. Another big one for me that it's mandatory, it's integrity. If I say I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
Mm.
Like, I don't care if there's a fucking hurricane. Like, for example, I was doing a launch, and we had every single day live sessions with people, and it was this Delta hurricane here in Playa del Carmen and Cancun. And all that.
I went down to Bacalar.
It was a force 4
it's crazy.
out of 5. 4
Yeah,
out of 5. Like, the last one was 15 years ago. I think it's called. So I was like, wow, am I stopping this? I was like, no. Like, I will find a way. I can find Wi-Fi and I can transmit this. And I moved to Tulum, for example, because I knew that the hurricane wouldn't hit that much. And I moved to Tulum and I did my transmission every day. So it's like, I don't care if there's a force 4 hurricane hitting Playa del Carmen, the center of the hurricane. I will move. I will do whatever it takes. I will drive 1 hour, 2 hours just to make that happen. And then look, I stayed in Tulum 3 months.
Yeah,
So,
look at you, man. You're a Tulum, you're official Tulum resident.
yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. For me, it's about integrity. If I say I'm doing something, mission must be accomplished.
Yeah.
Period. Whatever it takes.
Going off of that, what would you say has helped you to maintain your vision and to kind of ignore? Obviously, I mean, I keep going back to this year, but it is relevant. I mean, what kind of allowed you to just kind of stay focused and stay consistent and still have that vision and keep, doing actions that are related to that, not letting other things distract you.
Yeah.
I mean, Tulum is a perfect example of a distracting place.
Yeah.
It's so many
everywhere.
things going
I
on.
think you
Everywhere,
can find parties everywhere,
True,
distractions everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's about tapping into your self-awareness.
Yeah.
Your why. Why am I doing this?
Absolutely.
Because I have not just one why. There's an exercise that I will tell to people. I want to share right now with you. It's write 25 whys you are doing something.
Mm.
Because if one fails, you have 24 more.
Yeah.
So why I want to create this 10,000 digital nomads community, people living free lives without worrying about money, being financially independent, and focusing on providing value and contributing to the world. Why do I want this? And I have a list, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 reasons why I want this. So when I feel distracted in some way, I just tap into this why list of why I want this, and again, I'm back on track. And surrounding myself with people that are holding me accountable. So when I'm like, oh, I don't feel like doing this, I want to go on vacations, it's too much, I feel like breakdown. I talk to people and it's like, what the fuck? Come on, man, remember, 10,000 nomads, we're working together, we are a team, let's do it.
But come on, there's a party that tonight I want to go. Like,
Yeah,
come on, let me go. Come on.
Yeah, somebody holding you accountable, it's key, because otherwise our ego, our minds, it's a trap.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll have our ego until the day we die. So the best way for me that I found to lower the power of this ego or these distractions or this mind that wants to escape from growing and becoming a new you, it's with surrounding with people, sharing with them your vulnerability. And when you share like your problems, what you're facing, your doubts, your insecurities, everything, and somebody from the outside gives you a feedback, it's like, wow, you see everything much more clear. I feel like mentors or other team members or community are the ones who shed light to the shadows you cannot shed light on yourself. So they bring lanterns, they bring flashlights, and they put light in black areas on your mind, on your body that you cannot see anything, and you feel like confused.
Yeah.
They're like, boom, they bring, wow, and I can see clear. Now I know how to act on these things.
I love that, and I think it's always interesting. And one thing that I've seen a lot is it's like I might feel alone in a certain maybe challenge or problem that I'm facing in business, and then I'll read a book and it's like, oh my god, like I wish I read this like before, because it's like they could have just like they're literally just shedding light on something that they already dealt with. Or if you're talking to someone, it's like, you know, maybe they have that outside perspective, or they've already been through what you've been through. And you know, them even just being there is just going to help you overcome that, I think, so much faster, and just get back on track, you know, from whatever it is that you're dealing with. So yeah, I think that community, you know, constantly just seeking out knowledge, skills, connections is super important. So wow, this interview has been incredible. I think there's so much you know, information that people can take from this, whether you're starting out a business or you're already running a business. You know, it could be online, could be a regular brick and mortar business, something like that. But yeah, before we leave things off, I mean, where can people contact you, get involved with your community? Yeah, where can people find out about you and what you're working on?
Yeah, I always tell people, because people is like, oh, how do I know if this guy is worth my time and my attention? And it's like, when I'm answering this, it's like, well, for the vast majority, like, I'm not your guy. I mean, I cannot help people get rich quick. I don't want to help people that want to have an easy path and don't want to put hard work. And I don't want to help people who want to make a living, and I just want to make 2,000 a month and live a chill life. I'm not about that. I'm about bigger goals and bigger ambitions. So if somebody's like this, I wouldn't say like you enjoyed the interview, but if somebody's like really connecting with what we said, try out the free stuff that I have out there. Go to weareextraordinaries.com. We Are Extraordinaries on Instagram. We Are Extraordinaries on YouTube. It's all the same name, and just see the free stuff, because people is like, oh, Miquel, how can some people, when I'm finished interviews or courses or this, like, can I buy something from you? It's like, no, don't buy anything. Like, don't think about paying anything. Just consume the free stuff. Okay, see the free stuff. If you love it, then you will love the paid ones. If you don't like it, don't bother on paying anything. You know, so it's about. For me, it's I'm putting out there free content. Yeah, because absolutely. If they love it, then it's going to be a pleasure to have them in the community.
Yeah. And I love doing interviews like this because, you know, obviously, like, you know, everyone all these different entrepreneurs that I meet, like, they have different, really unique, like you seem to be very good at building up communities, getting into that mindset, and then also just systems, like implementation, scaling systems. So, you know, I think it's great to do these interviews because it's like I can share this on different platforms. And, you know, if you do have a business, I would recommend content. That's something I actually skipped for a while. You know, I would do content for maybe a week and then give up, you know, just be off and on. But interviews like this, I think, are super, super powerful. And it's great, you know, talking to someone like you. You know, you've been through the ups and the downs. You've seen from where you started and, where you're at right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's stuff that, is able to help a lot of people with whatever stage you're at. So I really appreciate you
appreciate
coming on.
you having me here,
Thanks,
man.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
being
you,
on.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. See you soon.